Welcome to We're Talking Bears, the show where uncle, nephew, and son give you the latest in the Chicago Bears experience. I'm uncle,
I'm nephew.
son missing. Man, he must have got sacked by Max Crosby out there in the West.
Man, or maybe he's one of them guys we got injured right now because we got several. Hopefully, we get him back soon.
Man. Oh, yeah, we got to cover the injury report today. We got to talk about this Raiders game. And we got to talk about, where the Bears are sitting at. Let's start off with where they're sitting at. They're sitting at 500. We're 2-2. That's not a bad start for a brand new coach with a lot of new things going on a team with a new offense and a new defense. Got a brand new defensive coordinator. Um, but we got there ugly. You know, how do you feel about this 2-2 start?
Well, I'll tell you, especially this last game, it was a roller coaster. It's definitely been some ugly. It's been some good, some bad. But at the same time, I won't lie to you. Week one, other than the Lions kind of kicking our behinds and putting 50 points, 50 plus points on us, we could be a 3-1 team right now. So I'm not looking at us in a bad way. We're right there. And like you said, everything is new. We're all kind of figuring things out right now, team as well. But we could be a 3-1 team. Looking around, the NFL is just kind of crazy right now. Some of the wins and losses we've seen outside of just talking on the Bears, it's just kind of crazy right now. So it's really been a note of any given Sunday which teams can win and lose. So being at 500, I'm not too disappointed, especially looking ahead, seeing the injury bug is biting different teams as well as ours. You never know. So these next coming games can go well. I know the Bears historically, especially recently, we've been known to let some games go, but we can actually come out of this looking good. And I'm just hoping everything continues to go well for us. I feel like the game against the Raiders was a good fight. We put up a good fight, and finally the cards started to land our way. We've seen ourselves lose games on field goals being blocked and things like that. Especially last year, we saw it. So it's nice to be on the winning side of that. I'm just gonna say that hopefully that we continue to move in a positive direction. We've seen some good things, and like you said, the good there's been some good, some bad, and some ugly. But I'm hoping things continue to trend in the right direction for us, especially considering that we haven't been healthy this season. We've been down plenty of guys. Our number one corner, he came back and went out again. So I'm just hoping that things start to work out for us. But I'm not pessimistic. I'm not you know me, I'm always optimistic. I'm always going for a Bears W. That's just who I am. But I'm not down on us. I feel like we can win some of these next games over the next 5 games. I'm hoping that we can come out on top at least 4-1. Potentially we could win all of these games the next few games. So like I said, I know it's the Bears. I know sometimes things don't work out for us, and we're used to that. But I'm optimistic, man, and I'm just hoping that we can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm being a little pessimistic, but I got to look at it this way. We could be 1-3. We did not win that
Don't
Raiders
say
game.
it.
We
Don't
did
say
not
it.
win that game. We
We
just
did.
happened
We actually did win. We won.
no,
You won.
no, no, we happened to have more points when the clock ran out.
Hey,
because because we looked like dog crap a lot in that game. It was just bad. I mean, you look at there was so much bad. Not to down. There were great plays, and I think that I look at that and I say they were great plays that happened. Bayard's first half, 2 picks, that huge hit that prevented a first. He was all over it. At the same time, on the flip side, he lets Ashton Genty run wild. He misses tackles, touchdown saving tackles on Genty. So, but I'll take Bayard's game.
Oh yeah.
Byron, absolutely phenomenal. The block kick, Blackwell. Wow. I mean, that's just an incredible play. That's an incredible play by a super athlete to come around the edge, to dive. You're diving, stretching out at full speed. You're going full speed. You're throwing your arms out there full speed. The guy is kicking the ball. That ball is going to launch 50 miles an hour off his foot, and you get your hand square on the ball. That's darn near impossible. That's why you don't see it often. Not like that. Most blocks, they come, they crush the middle and knock the ball down. He came all the way around the edge, dove, was completely horizontal, and swats the ball out the air. That's so rare. That's so rare. What can you can't say anything, but it's an incredible play.
You know what?
And yeah, when a couple guys make, one guy gets 2 picks. That was, I think, the 29th and 30th picks of his career. One guy gets 2 picks and a half. Another guy blocks a field goal that would have been a game-winning field goal. That's when a player lifts his team. There was a lot of things where the team let the team down. Even with the Ashton Genty running, I'm watching the Bears, and as I look back over the game, there were a lot of times where it wasn't that Genty got loose because our defensive line was getting blown up. Our defensive line actually was getting penetration on a lot of plays, but their penetration was so uneven. One guy maybe 3 yards upfield and another guy's squared up at the line. Well, that leaves a really big hole. When you got this, when your defensive line versus their offensive line, they're not moving together as a group, but everybody's going independently and not really concerned where the other guy is. Great getting great push, that's okay, but if everybody goes at different gets different levels of penetration and they're hugely different, 2, 3, 4 yards different, that leaves a nightmare for the running back because there's a million holes. Like, you want to clog the middle to stop the guy from getting out. He doesn't care whether his offensive linemen shove your defensive guys back or whether your defensive linemen shove his offensive lines back. He cares whether there's a hole there. And
Right.
if your edge gets 4 yards worth of penetration and your tackle gets a half yard of penetration, there's a 3.5 yard difference, man. Anybody can run through that. It's huge. Right. It's a huge hole. So I don't think our run, our tackling was terrible tackling. I mean, you got to tackle the guy. Terrible. And I'm not saying he's easy to tackle. There's a reason why he was the first running back off the board. But you still got to square up and tackle, man. You have to square up and tackle. You got to hit him square, and you got to hit him, and you got to wrap. These situations where these guys think they can arm tackle or where they think they can hit and not wrap. Man, come on, man. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm going to tell you this. The run defense looked atrocious. It looked atrocious. And I accept that. But we've been on the other side of these games where we can sit and say, hey, we played well. We won the game for 50 minutes. We didn't win the game. We didn't win for 60 minutes. So for you to tell me that we didn't win this game, I'm not taking that because we've been on the other side of this before. We won this game. And I don't care if it was a field goal block. I don't care if you want to call it luck. I don't care what you want to call it. We came out on top of this game. And I'm happy to see that finally the cards are falling in the Bears' favor because we deserve that. The same way that we've watched games that have been close and we've been battling and fighting hard, and we can look at some good things that went well for us in a loss, things went bad for us in a win. And that's how I'm looking at this. And at the end of the day, this is a W on our schedule. I'm going to take it. There are some things we need to learn from. Of course, there are some things we need to improve. But looking at how we're banged up, I like the way they fought. I like the way that the Blackwell makes that type of a play to have a game-saving field goal block.
Man.
Sometimes that's what it's all about. Sometimes it is a game of inches. Sometimes it's a game of one play. And unfortunately for us Bears, even though we've been on the flip side of this coin many times, especially we've been here to talk about it on We're Talking Bears, this week it worked out in our favor. And so for me, I'm taking the W by any means necessary. We got the W. Now we're 500, and I'm hoping that we can build upon this and improve. We've been banged up and hurt, and I'm just hoping that we can get some of those guys out there, and I'm hoping that we can build off the momentum of winning a tight game. Because sometimes, in my opinion, you're not gonna, when you're a new team, you got a new coaching regime, you got everything new, everybody's got to learn a new system. Okay, fine. But in that, sometimes getting some of those tough wins and playing in these type of environments and being able to pull out a win like that can speak volumes to the team. And sometimes it can motivate the team to say, hey, we're here together, we're going to fight together. And I'm hoping that just propels us forward to continue in the same direction. This was a W. You can say we lost. We didn't lose.
Negative. I won't be quite as negative. I will say there's a couple things. I do like the fact, and I feel like this is new with Ben Johnson, that we are in an environment where we're finding a way to win, right? Like, we got smoked by the Lions. I mean, that was nasty. We gave up 2 touchdowns a quarter. We got smoked. Outside of that, the last 2 games, we're finding a way to win. And that's a good thing. When you look at it, our stats, they're not great. Like, honestly, from a passing yard standpoint, we are near the bottom. We're inside of the bottom 6 teams in the league from passing yards with a mere 954. That's low. But what we have done, actually similar to the Steelers and the Eagles are down there with low pass yards, is lots of touchdowns, few picks. We have 8 passing touchdowns, 2 picks. The Eagles have 7 passing touchdowns, no picks. The Steelers have 8 passing touchdowns, 3 picks. And I think that's part of not being a losing team. Part of being at 500 is finding a way to do something right. You got to do something right? We're not throwing for a lot of yards, but you better throw some touchdowns, and you better not throw the ball away, right? But if you're not throwing for a lot of yards and you're not getting touchdowns and you're not throwing the ball, it's just, that's too bad. That's trouble. The other thing, unfortunately, again, yards per carry on the rush, we're in the bottom 10 yards per carry. We're low, 3.8 per carry. We're down there. Surprisingly, the worst team per carry is the 49ers. I don't understand it, but that's the truth. They're 3.1. But we've got to do something about that. But again, we're 500. So as much as I can complain, we're 2-2 right now. We got some things to clean up. As far as we clean up what we got to clean up, and maybe we could win something. Now here's something that we should be proud of: passing defense. We are number 4 in yards allowed. So we've only given up 886 passing yards defensively. That puts us 4th in the league, behind the Falcons, the Bills, and the Vikings. Problem is, we've given up 10 TDs passing, but we got 7 picks. So again, we're just, what are you going to say? The worst part, we are leading the league in giving up yards per carry in the run. We give up 6.2 yards per carry. That has to change. You cannot win. Well, the Bills, again, a winning team, that is definitely a team that's in the conversation about who's going to the AFC Championship, is giving up 5.6 on the ground. But it's not a category you want to lead in. So there's so much up and down. Being 500, having your top Pro Bowl corner out, having Gordon, your top nickel corner out, and actually being still being one of the top 5 teams as far as yards allowed defensively passing. With those 2 guys out, you have the potential of a great passing defense. We got to stop the run, though. We can't just get gashed all the time on the ground. So there's got to be some balance, and I think there's a lot there, and there's a lot of room for growth. And I like being 500 with a lot of room for growth, waiting on people to come back to the roster. If we can, eke out some wins and not let another Detroit game happen. That Detroit game, man, I can't stand that. You can't give up, 2 touchdowns a quarter. But if we can eke out some wins, we can find a way to get the run defense bolstered. I'm going to feel better. Right now we're a 500 team, so I can live with that. Speaking of the injury bug, we still got starters on the injury reserve. Obviously, we're waiting for Jalen Johnson. That's the biggest one. We got a lot of guys with super potential like Austin Booker. I really wanted to see his season this year. He's on the injured reserve. Travis Homer's there. Karana Magaji, not worried about that. Amen, I can't pronounce his last name, is on the injured reserve. For some reason, Za Frazier is out all season. They call it a reserve non-football injury list. And he's on for personal reasons. I don't know what happened with this guy. I don't know what can cause you to be to win a spot on an NFL franchise and not be able to show up and play football. So don't know. Terrell Smith is on the injury reserve. Huge. He's really important. Deion Haskins, not a big deal. But I think and this week coming up, Loveland's questionable, Gordon's questionable, TJ Edwards questionable, Darnell Wright questionable, Grady Jarrett's questionable. So, you are right. We played with a lot of our guys down. And perhaps we can look a lot better. That's all, perhaps. Unfortunately, we were pretty well stocked when the Detroit spanked our pants. But we obviously didn't have JJ, but man, you just can't give up 2 touchdowns a quarter. I'm sorry, I'm not going to let that go. What do you think about this Commanders team we're about to face?
We owe them. I'm hoping Tariq Stevenson comes back ready to go. He owes us for them. I don't know. I like the Commanders. Bears fan to the heart. I like the Commanders, though. I like Jaden Daniels. Him just coming back, he looks like he's kind of shaking off the cobwebs a little bit and trying to get back into game speed. I think this is a game.
They spanked the Chargers, man. They spanked the Chargers.
They did, but this is a game I feel like last year we played them tough. It came down to a Hail Mary in a game in which I feel we should have won. I feel like we owe them one. I feel like our team, even though we're banged up right now, our team should be making progress. I feel like we should have gotten better. And again, like you said, we're missing guys, so that makes things tough. But I'm just hoping we can come back and redeem ourselves from that fiasco last year off that Hail Mary. Stevenson, he's been playing some pretty good ball as of late.
Stevenson's been playing good ball.
He's been playing some good ball. So I'm hoping he he wants to come out there and redeem himself, and I'm hoping he can do that. But I think this is a game we can win. We just have to play smart, play as a team, and not do any stupid mistakes to give the game away.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. I want to see us use our tight ends more. We're not using our tight ends, and maybe there's a point to that, but let's not get silly. Let's not get silly. What Komet, he's we saw what he could do. We see what he could do all the time. We're not using our tight ends. We're not really using DJ Moore. We're not getting the ball to DJ, and we need to use DJ. We need to use the tight ends. It's going to come down to it. Hey, when we sit Theo Benedict is probably going to start at left tackle.
Right.
I'm pretty positive Braxton Jones has been benched. We're still fighting that left tackle thing, man. That's like not having a quarterback. Man, I hope Benedict is the answer. I hope he's the answer. Wolf boy, he didn't look great against the Raiders. He did not look great against the Raiders. We'll find out, man, because he's going to have a challenge. Washington has a good defensive line. We're going to find out what we have, and we've got to protect this quarterback, man. We've got to protect the quarterback, and then the defensive line and the linebackers. They've got to stop the run. We can't just get gashed. I want to see some Ruben Hippolyte out there.
Yeah,
I want to see. I love his speed. I want to see his speed and attitude out there. He's available to us. I'm not. Maybe he's getting in there and I'm not noticing him because he's getting blocked and nothing's happening. But the other thing when we're getting penetration on the rundowns, we also have to get off our blocks. We're not getting off our blocks. They've got, even if you win in a block and you're locked up with the guy and the guy goes running past you, you didn't help, man. You got to get off of that or at least get a holding call.
Right.
Let the spin real fast and let the guy get, that's going to get called sometimes, make it happen. Montez Sweat has to have a year. Montez Sweat has to have a year. He's getting paid $1.2 million a game. Every week he gets $1.2 million. He's got to show up, man. Give me a sack for every $1.5 million you get. If you can't give me a sack for $1.5 million, I need somebody else. Give me a sack for every $1 million. You on the defensive line. I need a sack for every $1.5 million you got. Period.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to be said with that. What do you think? I know you the eternal optimist, but what do you think? How do you think this is going to come out with the Commanders? Give me a point spread, or give me what score? What do you think the final score is going to be?
Ooh, point spread. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not exactly sure which guys, because a lot of what I've been seeing is like potentially guys coming back. Austin Booker, it looks like he might be ready to go. Kyler Gordon, I heard he might be ready to go this week. I'm not exactly sure how healthy we'll be, who we are to expect to be playing specifically. But I think this is a victory for us. I think between 3 and 7 points, I feel like we'll be able to take the Commanders. I've seen some good things from Caleb. I feel like our offense, other than some silly penalties, which actually our guy Cole Kmet had a drop or two.
Oh yeah.
Usually he doesn't do that. Usually he
doesn't do that.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I like our offense. I like what we have going. If our defense can show up, not let us get gashed in the run like we just did against Genty, which I think Daniels is pretty good. Daniels is pretty good.
Daniels is
He
pretty
runs the
good.
ball pretty well actually. But I think we can take these guys, and we owe them one. So if nothing else, I feel like we should have that mentality of we want to make up for last year where they beat us on that Hail Mary. I'm hoping that we've improved in some ways where we can take these guys. So I'm gonna say between 3 and 7 points. If I had to make a point spread, I would say maybe 28, 21, 27, 21. I think we'll be able to take these guys. And like you said, I'm the ultimate optimist. I always got the Bears winning. I always see the glass is half full, and I think I have good reason to feel that way. I'm just not exactly sure how healthy we'll be. I'm just hoping that we don't get gashed. I feel like we've seen a lot of good things from our team, and hopefully we can be trending in the right direction come Monday night.
I'm going to roll with you. I'm going to roll with you on this. I'm going to go ahead and say 7 points. 7 points. Big win, 7 points. And I'm going to go ahead and say 28-21. 28-21 Bears.
There you go.
I'm going to say if we can sneak past the Raiders, screwing up, getting gashed on the ground, making mistake after mistake, and find a way to get out of Vegas with a W. I think if we play a decent game, we can beat these Commanders. They're not a great team, but they are arcing up. I mean, flat out, they are arcing up. They've had some good. That last win was a heck of a win. They're arcing up, and we need to put it on them. You know, we need to come in there, and we need to get this thing done. Not a lot of foolishness or screwing up, man. That's where I am.
I'm with you. Limit the mistakes. And just keep trending in the right direction, man. Rome Odunze is looking amazing. DJ, Rome is. I feel like DJ has kind of been the decoy for Rome.
DJ's been the decoy.
So worried about DJ that Rome has been just going crazy on guys. I want to see a little more Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland. I don't know if not to cut you off, Colston Loveland was hurt, if I'm not mistaken, or what was going on with him. I can't wait to see him back out there. We're so loaded, in my opinion, on offense. If we can give Caleb the time of day, he's really been looking good. And I'm just hoping he can keep that up.
Yeah, I think if Theo Benedict can block, we're okay. You know, we can't, left tackle's as important as quarterback. If you look at Super Bowls, when you have a left tackle and a great quarterback, top tier, you're going somewhere. So I hope Benedict can block. I hope the Braxton Jones era is done. I mean, Brax was okay, and he peaked at okay, but that we need more than okay. We don't have Patrick Mahomes. We need more than okay, right? Pat can deal with okay. We need great. We need greatness. Top. I believe the Eagles have both of their tackles are ranked in the top 5. Both sides. We need greatness at left tackle. So let's get past okay. We got to get past okay. I like our offense. I like our chances. I do think we're using DJ for a lot of decoy work. I think he is taking the number one corner almost every play, and our boys, Rome is doing his job, man. You get the number 2, number 3 guy on you, you burn him.
All right.
You say, hey, I'm a number 1, 2, and you burn him, right? And so he's getting his job done. We got to figure out how to run the ball. We got to figure out how to run the ball. And it's not just Swift, but it's not Swift.
Right.
You know. So
Let me ask you this. I don't know where my boy is at, man. And I know these coaches' decisions happen, but Monangai I liked. I know Swift, like you said, it's not just Swift, but he wasn't exactly putting up the best numbers as far as yards he's getting per times he touches the ball, yards per carry. But Monangai looked a little better. I don't know what's going on. We still have Roshan Johnson. I don't know if he's just like, I know he was in the doghouse before. Is he just not supposed to play? Ian
I don't think
Williams,
they
like,
want to play him with that big
what are you
giant
supposed
pad
to
on his
do
head.
when your running game is getting less than 3.5 yards a carry? You know, what is it exactly that's going on? Are we going to see him at all? Are they planning on trading him? Like, what's going on? Because he's
I
not
don't think
hurt, if
they'll
I'm
play him
mistaken.
with that big giant pad on his head. I think the coach.
Yes, he
I
does
think the
tend to
coach
go out
don't
there
like
to
the
try to kill
pad.
himself. Yeah, he has the concussion helmet on. But you get what I'm saying? Like, the run game has been nothing to write home about. We have DeAndre Swift. He's the number one. Monangai is putting up better numbers than he is. Should we see more of Monangai? What's going on with the other running backs we have in that running back room? I don't know exactly what it is. I know that Swift has some history with Ben Johnson from Detroit, but what exactly is going on? And I guess that's what sometimes throwing me off a little bit. Like, okay, if
Hey,
this
we
is
spent
working, let's give these other guys that we have in the running back room a shot. Because even when Monangai gets in there, he doesn't get as many carries, but when he does get the ball, he gets more yards than what Swift has been
Hey,
contributing.
I'm gonna
There's no
tell you
knock on
something
Swift.
about Monangai. I think it was the Raiders game, but it might have been a different game. I remember seeing a blitzing linebacker come in full speed, and Monangai squaring up, pop, and stopping him dead in his tracks. And I was like, that I gained so much respect for that guy, that play. Cause like you gotta have that. And he had heart and he bam, it was beautiful. I think they're not gonna play Roshan with the big diaper on his head. They're like, you can't, you can't go out there with a diaper on your head.
Hey, man. He can't do any worse than DeAndre Swift, and that's
He
no knock
might
on
be
Swift.
he might do a great job, but I don't think they're gonna let him on the field with a diaper on his head, man.
That's tough.
So-
That's
so,
tough.
what you gonna say? Like, nah, you can wear it in practice, but take the diaper off.
Hey, you know what? You're probably right, but I don't know, man. And like I said, I have nothing against Swift. I like Swift, but the run game for us has been so bad.
You got
Something
to do
has to be
something.
done. Something has
You
to be
got to
done.
do something. You got to do something. You got to do something. Well, we'll find out Sunday. Hey, I'm Uncle,
I'm nephew.
and we're
We're
talking
talking Bears.
Bears. I'm not going to say bear down anymore. The Bears been down too long.
Hey, we're 500 right now, and
We're 500.
the Chiefs who went to the Super Bowl, who have been perennial contenders, they're under 500. So
They're
hey,
under 500.
even
They're
if
under
we
500.
lose, we'll be even with the Chiefs. So right now, I'm
Don't
still
say
bearing
lose.
down. I'm
Don't
still
say
bearing
lose.
down, and it is what it is.
Let's beat these.
Do our
Let's
thing.
beat these. Let's beat Washington. Send them the way we did last year, and we elevate.
I'm with it. I'm ready for it.
All right.